sick and tired, living in a town filled with narrow minds.
Hello, 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 and thank you so much for tuning in to A Spoonful of Comfort. I am Claudrine Jackson. I am your host for A Spoonful of Comfort. I thank you so much for tuning in, and I thank you for donating to the Purvis Foundation. Those of you who have been donators to the Purvis Jackson Foundation, I greatly appreciate it. And we're doing something excitingly new and different today. Well, I don't know how excitingly new and different, but I've got Purvis Jackson as a guest today. Purvis Jackson and his sister Stephanie, and going to see if they'll do a couple of if he will do a couple of Christmas songs for you. I talk about him a lot, and he's been on the show before, but I want you to see Purvis Jackson and see what he will do. So Stephanie and Purvis are going to sing Jingle Bells.
1, 2, 3. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. Over the fields we go, laughing all the way. Ha, ha, ha. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Uh-oh. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Decked all with boughs of holly, ba-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, ba-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Don we now our gay apparel, ba-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Throw the ancient Yuletide carol, ba-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
All right. All right. And now we're going to have a song by Stephanie. I don't know if PJ is going to join in with her or if she's going to sing the song.
Well, maybe he'll just enjoy it.
Yes. Okay.
One of our black anthems, our
Yes.
favorite. Hang all the mistletoe, I'm gonna get to know you better. Boom, boom. This Christmas, and as we trim the tree, how much fun it's gonna be together. Boom, boom. This Christmas, firesides blazing bright. We're caroling through the night, and this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Yeah. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-dum. We all know that. Presents and cards are here. My world is filled with cheer and you. Boom, boom. This Christmas, and as I look around, your eyes outshine the town they do. This Christmas, firesides blazing bright. We're caroling through the night, and this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Yeah. Shake a hand now. Bless your brother. Merry Christmas. All over the land. We should have had him still with that. Okay.
Well, so much for our wish for you to have a Merry Christmas, and that is our wish for you. Also, my wish for you was to see PJ because people such as my son are out in the community, out and about in the community, and a lot of them are kind of like invisible people. And I want especially the police department to know that people like my son are out in the community because they are the ones that might not respond to instructions or might not know what's going on. So we're going to take a short break now, and I'll be talking to you more after the break. Please stick with me for more of A Spoonful of Comfort.
Hey brothers, I'm sorry, I almost made it, almost made it, almost made it, almost made it, I almost made it this time, man, I almost had some money because I almost won. I almost missed the rainstorm. I almost saw the sun. I almost had a lover, the one I always loved. Almost was in love with me, and now I'm through with love. Almost made it, almost made it, I almost made it, I almost made it this time now. I almost thought I could relax because my day is done. I almost thought I should come and my work was almost done. I almost remembered how to smile. I almost stopped my crying. I almost said that I give up. I'll see what is flying. Almost made it, almost made it, I almost made it, I almost made it this time, man. I almost
hope you enjoyed Almost. I'd been telling you about Almost. It's the song that I wrote that Purvis sang. That was Purvis's voice you heard leading the song. And the three bass singers that are on the song with Purvis are Trey Cruz, a young man that Purvis was mentoring before he passed away, Jesse Peck, who is the bass singer for the Spinners now, and Paris Delane, the big guy in the middle, who is the one that is responsible for the video. Now, Almost, it was from my first book of poems. It was a poem in my first book of poems, Let There Be Light. Purvis put it to music over 25 years ago. It's been on the shelf, just sitting there for all these years. And then Trey Cruz decided that he wanted to do a tribute to Purvis Jackson. So on his album, he's featuring Almost as a tribute to Purvis Jackson. So if you want to see Almost again, you can go to TreyCruz.com. That's TRECRUZ.com. TreyCruz.com and click on Almost. I am so proud of it, and I'm thankful to them for paying a tribute to Purvis. And it was the original, it's Purvis's original singing. They made sure to let Purvis be the lead for Almost. And the Almost is the poem was, it ended with my day is almost here. So my day is almost here. And for those of you who haven't seen the show before, Purvis Jackson was the bass singer of the Spinners. And Purvis Jackson Jr., that you just saw in the first section, is the foundation for the Purvis Foundation, and the reason that we try to help lower income people with disabilities. And the Spinners were a top vocal group back in they had a lot of hits back in the 70s. And if you don't know who the Spinners are, then look them up on Google or YouTube. They had quite a few hits. They were the second black group to get a star on the Walk of Fame in Hollywood. And just as everything was coming along beautifully, we were shopping and traveling and parties, and everything was wonderful. Then along came Purvis Jr., who knew nothing about any of what we were doing. And it was a struggle for me to adjust. And my children helped me adjust. This is my daughter Stephanie here. Stephanie is going to favor us with another song. But we started the foundation because if you have a child with a handicap, you have to have help. PJ is 44, and I still need help. So I thank my older children who helped me and always have helped me with PJ. So, Stephanie, are you going to favor us with another
Well,
song? Or
I
is
just
it?
wanted to say something about
Right,
Trey.
right.
This young man who's recording now, and he was 13
When he
years
met
old.
Purvis, yeah.
It's just that music touches all of our lives. And so he, as a young boy, Trey, took to the Spinners' music and came to shows from out of the city. But he came to shows, and he favored Purvis for so many years.
Trey is a bass singer, and he said that Purvis was the bass singer that inspired him. Just like Purvis had bass singers, Jimmy Ricks of the Ravens, and there was another bass
And the
singer,
Dells.
right, that inspired Purvis. So they've all had people that inspired them. So Trey said that Purvis Jackson was his inspiration for being a bass singer, and that's why he wanted to do a tribute to Purvis. And I'm thankful that Purvis's music is living on, and it's something that I wrote. And the fact that music is the great equalizer all over the world. Wherever you go in the world, there's music. And you might not understand the words, but you understand the music. So people have enjoyed music. It's uplifting and
And again,
gets you moving.
our special population of the
Yes.
special people who are a part of the community and a part of our lives. So many of them are musical savants. And so Purvis Jr. from the beginning has loved music.
And they have music therapy programs. A lot of the places have music therapy to calm our people when they're upset and uplift them too. I was on a cruise once, and we were dancing. They played the electric slide, and the dance floor just filled up. We were all out there dancing, doing the same dance. And when the dance was over, and I started trying to talk to people, they didn't understand what I was saying. We did not speak the same language. We didn't speak the same language, but
But
we
you
did the
did.
same dance.
We
Yes.
all speak that language.
Yes.
But hospitals and with children, they
Yes.
are learning the value of the music therapy. That just brings people alive.
Yes, and some music gets you moving, and some music uplifts you when you're feeling down. And
Makes you reminisce.
yes,
Brings
and,
tears.
and I never would have expected music to change back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Music had lyrics and stories, and they told a story, or they gave you, if you had something in your heart that you wanted to say to someone, but you couldn't find the words, there was always a song. You could play the song for them. And things changed where the lyrics weren't as meaningful. And I still, I hate to say that the older music was better, but I still feel that the older music was better. So if you disagree, let me know.
Well, now technology, what can we say? Half of the music is machinery and technology.
Yes.
But the whole world changes and there's no going back.
So you may be hearing PJ in the background because he's not very tuned in to what's going on. But I said I did want you to see him, and I want you to know that people like PJ are out in the community, and that if you speak to him, he's not going to answer you. And if you give him instructions, he probably is not going to follow them because he might not understand them. But up until 75, which is the year that he was born, they were institutionalized. So in 75, when they started taking them out of the institutions, there were no services for them. They didn't know what to do about them. And back in the 70s, they even said that the parents caused autism. So I felt guilty. What did I do to cause this in my son? But then I had 3 older children, and I thought if I was going to mess somebody up, I probably would have messed one of them up. But the fact that they thought the parents caused it. There was a psychologist, Dr. Bernard Rimland. When he became the parent of a child with autism, he realized that autism was not caused by the parents. I think it was the vaccine, and I wrote about it in my book. I believe that when my son he was born in 1975. When he got his vaccine in 1976 is when everything started going downhill. I'm not one of the people that says don't vaccinate. We have to still vaccinate. But I do believe that that was the cause of autism. Now, in my book, Inspired by Autism, I go into more detail about the vaccine and more detail about what parents have gone through. But I've talked to many other parents who say that their child changed after the vaccine. Now, Dr. Andrew Wakefield, who was a physician in England, agreed with the parents. He thought we were right, that some babies' bodies could not take that DPT shot. And they just took his license and ran him out of the country. So even though I think the vaccine has something to do with it, I would never say don't vaccinate because then we'd have a bigger problem. All of my other children were vaccinated.
Well, but for the whole, I became a group home worker, having the experience with my brother, and I've been his companion. We go roller skating, we go down to the river. We've always participated in activities, but somebody has to give time and love to our special people. But we've been singing partners and signing. I had learned signing, but I'll sing Friends. That's what friends are for. And I never thought I'd feel this way. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm glad I got the chance to say that I do believe I love you. And if I should ever go away, well, then close your eyes and try to feel the way we do today. Oh, and if you can remember, keep smiling, keep shining, knowing you can always count on me for sure. And that's what friends are for. In good times and bad times, I'll be by your side forevermore. Oh, that's what friends are for. Come on. Well, you came and opened me, and now there's so much more I see. And so, by the way, I thank you. And if for the times when we're up high, close your eyes and know these words are coming from my heart. Oh, and if you can remember, keep smiling, keep shining, knowing you can always count on me for sure. 'Cause that's what friends are for. In good times and bad times, I'll be by your side forevermore. PJ, that's what friends are for. And on that note, we wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Sing good tidings we bring to you and your friends. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year.
I try not to sing too much around a real singer. You know, when I was married, my husband, and I'd be singing to him, and I'd say, I shouldn't sing to a real singer. And he'd say, well, you sound good to me. And then after we'd been married for years, I'd sing and he'd be holding his ears and he'd say, oh, you're hurt. And he'd say, I'm the singer in the family. And I'd say, well, what happened to you sound good to me? He said, I don't have to lie no more.
Okay, we're all
So people have told me that the reason, because Purvis was always pushing me to write and always promoting my writing. So someone told me the reason Purvis keeps you writing is to keep you from singing. Purvis said, no, that wasn't it. He liked my writing. He wasn't trying to keep me from singing. But you've met Purvis Jr. and you've seen Purvis Jr. and Purvis Jr. was my higher education. You know, we think that we are supposed to teach our children, but I learned a lot from him. I learned about unconditional love. I learned about living in the moment. I learned about tuning things out. Sometimes you can tune things out. Everything is not worthy of tuning into. So the fact that this child came into my life and I thought I was not going to be able to be a good mother to him, you know, I had to do the same thing with him as we do with all of our children. Try to develop their potential and make their life a pleasant life, which was all I could do. So it's time for me to go. I hope that you enjoyed the show today. I know it was somewhat different, but please tune in next Tuesday at 1:30 for A Spoonful of Comfort.
When I was 17, I ran away from home and from everything I had ever known. I was sick and tired, living in a town filled with narrow minds and hate. They used to laugh at me, their children called me names. I would run and hide, feeling so ashamed just for being born. I was just a boy punished for a crime that was